Tonight, there is Alexis. The evil Alexis Carrington is played by actress Joan Collins.
Trust me, darling.
This glamorous villain has won her fans by scheming, manipulating, and cleverly trying to eliminate all those in her path. Here's how she deals with her daughter-in-law.
I want you out of this family. I want you not married to Stephen. I am offering you $20,000 if you will sign this piece of paper and leave immediately.
Look, I love Stephen.
From now on, every word that you utter is going to cost you $1,000. You've just said 4 words. That's now $16,000.
Hey!
Not exactly a word, but I'm going to count it anyway. $15,000.
Shortly after she joined the cast of the nighttime soap opera Dynasty, the ratings jumped. Unlike Susan Lucci, Joan Collins has played dozens of women. Just look at the wall of her California home. When she needed money, she made some not-so-classy movies like The Bitch and The Stud. Parts like that helped prepare her for her most successful role, reportedly successful to the tune of $23,000 per show.
I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the fact that I know who my enemies are and how to destroy them.
Nobody could be as rotten and evil as you without being sick.
You prefer to play this kind of role. It's more fun to play this kind of role than to play a good...
Lady Macbeth is a lot more fun to play than Juliet. Catherine in The Taming of the Shrew is a lot more fun to play than Ophelia. All of the great classic roles that have been written are women who are either neurotic or strong or a little bit wicked.
On Dynasty, sometimes ridiculously wicked. Like the time she was making love to the man she was about to marry, and he had a heart attack.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
She slapped him around for having the nerve to possibly die on her.
You can't die on me. We're getting married tomorrow.
Often I say to the writers, I can't say this. This is really over the top. I mean, it's one thing to be mean, but this is ridiculous. But they say this is the meat of the show and this is what the public love. The public want to see Alexis being mean and bitchy. So I say, well, I just think that this is wrong, but I'm an actor. I'm getting well paid. This is a job, and I do it.
This is where Alexis does things like that. This is the set of Dynasty. Here in Hollywood, they've long known that creating that kind of bad woman character is good box office. In fact, some of our biggest stars got to be big stars by playing that kind of role. ABC was getting $85,000 for every 30-second commercial that ran on Dynasty. Since Collins joined the show and the ratings went up, ABC's been getting $135,000 per commercial. Most of the new viewers are women, according to Jean DeWitt, who analyzes television for advertisers.
Women have become stronger, and they want stronger role models.
People have always liked the bad guy. They always liked Edward G. Robinson and James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart. They were bad guys, but they always liked them.
They always had a heart of gold, and they were good guys.
Alexis has a heart of gold. Please. I don't think that I'm setting a bad example. People have a tendency to categorize any woman that's got any sort of balls or fiber or strength as being a bitch. I think if you're going to talk about somebody setting a bad example, I think you can talk about all the cops and robber shows in which people bring out their gun at the drop of a hat. That, to me, is a bad example.
A woman's group recently singled out Dynasty as a show that portrays a fantasy world of pretty and white females who bear no relationship to the real lives of women.
Absolutely true. Totally true. I said this was a fairy story.
Collins says in some ways Alexis is a good example.
I think that the thing about Alexis is she's not a victim. And too many people in this life are victims. And I would never play a victim. I would refuse. Because I think that too many women have allowed themselves to be portrayed on the screen as victims in terms of allowing them to be beaten and raped and attacked in films. I have never done that.
And in real life, she's no victim. Like Alexis, Joan Collins is strong-willed and assertive.
You know, that's a really awful line and pedantic and overdone, and I have to...
When she doesn't like something in the script, she changes it.
More permanent.
than we
I
have.
think that's much better, don't
We
you?
thought so, too. She's a good editor.
Yeah.
In real life, Joan Collins is just separated from her third husband, producer Ron Cass. And these days, she spends almost every off hour with daughter Katie. Years ago, her life was much wilder. In fact, her life made Alexis's life look quiet. She's had love affairs with Ryan O'Neal, Warren Beatty, and lots of others, and wrote about that in a book that's not sold in this country. You've written a book which was published in England, which you don't want published here. You turned down $100,000 rather than release the book.
I gave it back
Why?
because I wanted to.
Because...
It's my business. And the reason that I did is I don't want to talk about the past. The present and the future are much more interesting, okay? Next question.
What would Erica say knowing I was about to go interview Alexis now?
Who?
Alexis Carrington.
Oh, you mean that tacky woman on another show on Dynasty?
Susan who?
Susan Lucci. She's
Susan
a
Lucci. Who's that?
big soap opera star.
Soap opera? Are you joking?
I'm an American beauty. I'm the top model in the world.
Is she any good?
I'm the best.
I never heard of her. Susan Lucky? Funny name.
Isn't Joan Collins just as skilled at playing this kind of woman?